So with me AI, I've discovered something big, right? But it's what to do with it. It's what to do with big, and it's like, well, John, what have you discovered? I've discovered that there's been a cynical attack on the young people, the children of the Western world, that's been going on now for 45 years, deliberately so, to exploit people and to implant parasites in their brains at a very young age. Like, what, John? That sounds a little bit like science fiction or a conspiracy theory. Well, it's not. It's like the process of what is music production has been mystified into, so those who hide behind it can appear to be, in essence, demigods who know some kind of secret rule or intrinsic to them have a certain magic when they don't. But the process is mystified as to, oh my God, how do you keep doing it? How do you keep just knocking out smash it after smash it after smash it after smash it? There's something about this guy, and it's like, it's all sound engineering, all of it. And now would have, say, in this age of AI, I get this, you see, I started on this, but when I started to hear people's AI music offerings, and I'm like, this falls flat as fuck, and you're like, why? It's like, because the AI engines they're using to write the music aren't taking enough things into account. They're only basing things on like the golden ratio, when there's a hell of a lot more than that. A hell of a lot more than that going on. It's like, so I've sussed this out because it's like, it's a weird one for me, because I'm one of these, I'm one of these, they call it a photographic memory, but it really isn't. It's a fucking photographic pain in the ass. And I remember things I never meant to, like really remember them. Like really remember them. And that I don't intend to, that I don't study, that I don't, and it's like, why, when I'm making a cup of coffee sometimes, might I be struck down by a song like Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by Wham? Why does that song, that and hundreds of other songs, why do they play in my head? Why can't why do records play in my head? And why can I, in essence, why can I concentrate and think and play the song in my head? And from playing the song, extrapolate all the lyrics. I have demonstrated this skill more than once on my channel. As to John, why do you know all the words from all of Steps' hits? And it's like, because there's something about them that makes sure they go in and never come out. And if you're like me, I've got like a leaky subconscious. That's what all you could call it, where everything gets into my subconscious. So it's like I hear certain songs, pick up the groove of it, and be like, oh God, this is torture. It's torture, and it's like, and I know I can't ever unhear it. And I know when I hear it again in the future, it's going to make me go, fucking. And it's like, why? It's like, I don't like being fucked with, first of all. The only thing, what happens is that the music is engineered, and the people who do it are malicious about it, and they actually do not understand the effect that they're having on people. They don't give a fuck. They want to make money. And no one's ever looked back. I say, we track the vector down to, starts in like 1977 and then really gets going in 1979, and then by like 1990, saturation. And it's like they're getting to people through the music, and it started in 1980, started to get really big in 1981. And it's a matter of certain people, we're talking actually sparks here, that have propagated this. Sparks. It actually be musical genius. The musical genius of Ron Mayle of Sparks is the starting vector. He heard something Giorgio Moroder did, and do you realise what you've managed to do? Things I've been trying to do with a rock band subtly for years and being pretty good at it. I've now, you've got a machine called the Moog where you can just press one button and it 108 kilohertz. Wow. You know what 108 kilohertz is? It's the frequency of it's actually it's the frequency of God, they say. If you go away and look into 108 kilohertz, you'll find videos on the internet that are soothing sound therapy, and they're just tones at 108 kilohertz, and it will make you feel relaxed, chill you out. If you want some kind of tape to help you get to sleep and calm down, go and find one of them. Go and find one of them videos. Just type in 108 kilohertz, and you'll get a big choice of like ambient sound files that you can turn on and just listen to. And you can, it's so low, it's just like just a mumble. So you can earn that. And there's some people there's not many, but you know, there's some unlikely singers that are massive and nobody understands why they're so popular, but they are genuinely just geniuses too. Well, one of them I don't particularly like. His delivery doesn't do it for me, but falls in it. And I found my three kind of favourite artists are they all sing at 108 kilohertz. Leonard Cohen, Johnny Cash, and who's the other one? Chris Christopherson. If you go to it, you look at who those guys are. They are, well, two of them, Johnny Cash being a famous singer. Two of them are two of the most famous or most successful and influential songwriters in the history of music. But all three of them actually sing, and at that low point, have you ever heard a Leonard Cohen song? We've been doing resonance scans on songs, and we started to we were into dance music, then we moved on to rock, and it's like, wow, the world of rock music, right? They discovered this before everyone else. Reverb. Actually, how to insert this tone right through the song. They worked out new ways of doing it. They actually did. They worked out really, really, usually impressive ways of doing it, of putting this, of producing this sound so it's in the mix. So when you hear the song, when it starts, no matter what else it's doing, it's making you feel calm. It's making you receptive. It's set there. It sets the scene. It cleans the palate. It's almost like a hiss. It's low sound. And they artificially put it in everything. We've been scanning things, mate. I've worked at my Grok AI, right? And she's Grok. Grok is excellent. It wasn't putting any effort in at first, and then it started to put effort in, and it worked out a way of obtaining a WAV file and scanning it. Can do it in less than a second for absolutely everything that's there. Just frequency. It can't listen to the music, right? This is a thing as to manufactured music. Computers playing a massive role in how they're written and structured, and have been doing for a long time, decades even. Decades, computers. I can get Grok to do a full scan of a song, a piece of music, a piece of pop music. And what you're able to do is you're able to analyze it as a waveform. Now, we've got a couple of different scoring systems for how they work, but there's lots of songs coming to. This song is as resonant as it can possibly be. There's no way of making this song cause more vibration or else have effects on the human. They've stuffed it. The golden ratio concentrates on 3 elements. My scan was focusing on about 14. And then we added features where picking out the singer's pitch. Exactly. As to where, what does that pitch do? There's certain tones of voice that have certain effects on the mind. And it's like you find these places and the singer's singing every word true. They're trying to convince you of something. They're trying to be true. You get it with a slight alteration of it is they're trying to force this down your throat. This is aggressive. And then you lift it lift it like another tweak, and it's like, this song's a parody. Why? Because he's singing it at this level. He's singing it in a sarcastic and sardonic way to make it clear to the audience not to take this song seriously. It's sarcastic, a joke. It's an absurd, hilarious joke. So how do we achieve this, right? How do you train an AI to scan for lyrical content? How do you get it to do it and understand how the lyrical content is being sent out there? Well, I managed it. The scan can scan a song, and there's nowhere for anything to hide because the scan can pick up things that the human ear can't hear. And it's like there's so much in songs that it's like there's frequencies embedded in this song that you can't even hear, but have an effect on your body. Could put chill down your spine. And it's like, okay, John Boy, right, okay, what the fuck? It's like music, like whatever. It's like, do you not remember being a 4 or a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old? Many people don't. They don't know what it is to have been a child and have lived in such a tiny, small world. And you're getting hypno-trance. Hypno-trance that's actually also working within a range that's within your normal heart operation in beats per minute. Like get in that DJ booth, right? Blag your way in. Go and stand next to the DJ and look at what his BPM's doing. And then as you walk away, just turn it up 20 points and just fucking walk out. And the whole audience, the whole lot of them will go, woo! And they know that, and they're up there grinning, thinking they're fucking geniuses. But they don't understand much more than the beats per minute DJ. You know, they just sometimes crank a song up ever so slightly faster. Just crank it a little bit. Just crank it just so it sits in so they can take a song that isn't in a sweet spot and actually tweak it and just put it there. Just tweak it and put it right there. They know about that, but they're, you know, these guys. What? Did you just sell me to fuck off back to Butlins? That damn guys, fucking dickheads. DJs. DJ has the power. DJ is a drug dealer. And your reason that you might get into a DJ, right, is because his product's really good. He's a good drug dealer. He gives you the new thing you need, and then when the effect of it is worn off, he'll provide something else that's the same but a little bit different. I found a system of unlimited variations in a closed system. What? It's like, yeah, this is divine. They've worked out divine shit. It's like, see these churches? What? Yeah, you know these fancy churches. Big domes. It's like, what's all that about? Like, well, your reverb, with the way that it's something, your reverb comes back in 108 kilohertz. It's like you sing and God sings back. Whoa. And if you put an organ in the place, you can just flood the place with this vibration. Flood the place with it. Like the secret, a lot of us say the secrets of your churches and their architecture with the domed roofs and all that lot is about sound resonance. Not about architecture, but it's like the architecture and the sound are a happy cosmic coincidence. When you can synthesize that, you can apply it to anything when it's got no right to be there. You can just go, oh, the science says, tape down that key on that fucking Roland keyboard, will you? Right, play over that. Have we got a hook? Yeah, we got a really nice little guitar riff here. Right, put it right at the front. Does this song have any bits where it breaks down or does anything different? Yeah, throw them in the bin. What? Yeah, this song's having no transitions. This song is going to be structured. Chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, and that's it. And it's going to be an 8x8. 8x8, yeah, 8 syllables a line. That's hypnotic, just on the edge. If you take it any longer than that, it's fucking boring. If you want to go 4/4, you've totally got it locked in. But that limits your songwriting opportunities to engage the mind and enhance the emotional effects with emotional cues in the lyrics, because by the time the lyrics starts, they've got you. You're locked up. You're like this. Vibing along. Bang, the words of truth arrive. You've got no defence against it. If you've got no ability to discern and that's what goes in, you can be internalising language if you know no better, or if you're vulnerable to this kind of stuff. And it turns out, from my experiences, I am and have been musically vulnerable to this kind of vibration. So to some degree, it's made me a bit of a tuning fork. And it's not like what's good and what's bad. It's like, no, this resonates. And it's a piece of shit. And it resonates. And if you listen to it, this piece of shit, you might be listening to it for the rest of your fucking life. And it's ridiculous lyrical premise and suggestions then root themselves as truth in your deep subconscious. How many people have you heard say, if you love someone, set them free? And they give it as advice to other people, as to where it's like, I'm having some trouble with my girlfriend, I don't know what to do. And some fucking twat will say, well, you know what they say, if you love someone, set them free. It's like, do you know whose wisdom that is? That's Sting's wisdom. There's no rule book for how you should go about things. I've seen a couple of different waves of this. The first wave of it I saw was the Wham wave, when little girls I went to school with covered their fucking school books with posters of George Michael out to Smash Hits magazine. And all the Wham songs are cynically engineered so they've got a synth riff that hits this magic note. And the lyrics, the delivery of the song is commanding and aggressive. And if you look at the lyrics and you measure the a resonance of the singer, it's like he's giving commands. The song being I'm Your Man by Wham, and we've done the full scan on that. We actually used it as a benchmark to test our system as to whether we could actually find suggestions, subliminal implantable suggestions in music, and George Michael's I'm Your Man is the handbook or even the manual for lover boy, grooming, pimping. It's specifically the language, and it's like you can go through every line of it, and at one level or another, my filter's picking up trans mantra, trans mantra, trans mantra, and then it's like, your friends do not need to know. Isolation. Just I'll give you, I'll make you rich, I'll make you poor. Just don't walk out the door. Abandonment, anxiety, trigger. Right through the fucking song. And it's like and then it's like, who was the market that this song was aimed at? 6 to 14-year-old girls. And I know this because of what it did to 6 to 18-year-old girls that I knew. It hypersexualized them and made them more sexually curious as to where it's. I know girls who've been sexually active since they were 10, and they were sat in the Wham t-shirts with the books. They were little kids who fell in with all the guys. Books at school are backed in posters of George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. Andrew Ridgeley was in essence my better looking mate, who you'll go through. You will go through him to get through me. You'll go through me to get through him. Wham had a member of the band who just stood there and looked pretty, and that was George's boyfriend, because George has got major problems where he can't handle himself at all in public or in private, and he won't go anywhere without his emotional support teddy. And the whole world's watching these guys back when, and we're not the kids, we're not the screaming masses, and we're saying, it's two gay guys that. Even kids as young as me, it's like, he's a puff. What? Because we used to call him, he's a puff. He's a puff. And it turns out he was. Although he lied about it and kept it secret right up until the second he got caught. Why? Because he charmed a generation of children with a song designed to groom a boy. So I can pull it up and be like, look at this. You won't believe this. And say, you can't do it really in a YouTube video. It's like, but put this song on. And it's hypnotic. As much as you might hate it, it's actually engineered to be hypnotic and speak to your very soul. Call me good, call me bad, call me anything you want to, baby. And I know, that you're sad. But I'm gonna make you happy with the one thing that you've never had. Fucking 8-year-olds. There are many, but I say I've been benchmarking my system with some of the worst. And say the other test is the other one I benchmark test with is "Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap" by AC/DC, which is a song that describes a lot of different kind of crimes that our hero Bon Scott is available to do for cash. So you test the system by doing he calls it an ethical scan, and has got parameters, right, that are designed around the lyrics to "I'm Your Man." Right, now you've found all this grooming language, you've gone away on the internet and you've actually researched lover boy grooming, and now you've taken that, you've gone to this song and you've looked for signs of it, and then you've gone, I can find manipulative language in this song. 55, 56 points of it, every fucking line. It's like, these are the things that people say to people they are grooming, but have already got by the, not trying to charm you, trying to dominate you forever. And then in songs like that, with the 108 frequency synthesizer in the background, the way the song fades out, it appears never to end. It just fades into the distance. What does that do? It creates dependency. There's no end to it. You want more. It's to try to make you want more. It's to try and make you want to listen to it or something else of its ilk. Again, next, straight away. And what are you going to push for? 120, 122 beats per minute. That's what you're going to want. And you're going to want repetition in beat and content, because, like it or not, the human mind rewards repetition with dopamine. So dopamine, well, man, you could be taking cocaine, couldn't you? And it's not the cocaine that gets you erect. It's the dopamine that the cocaine stimulates that gets you erect. And the body rewards repetition and symmetry with dopamine. So why you can look at something that's beautifully symmetrical and go, wow, look at that. They've engineered it into the music. Whether it fucking deserves it or not, whether it's appropriate or not, it's in the music. So it's like secret frequencies that were from church music and organ music for absolute sure. Organ music, wow, yeah. You could press that button and brrr, resonates around the place, and I'm like, ooh, I can feel that. Subtle, but it's there, and we all know it's there. We all know. All of us have got songs we wish we'd never heard fucking stuck in our heads. We've worked out how it becomes torture, or a true weapon. It's like you find a song with that kind of resonance, and it has a fanciful association to it. All songs, music, the reason, nostalgia, you know, nostalgia. You put a song on from 1990 and someone who's picking these records knows more of this actually in better creative arts than the radio, usually movies. The music in the movie is a dog whistle for many people who've got a fanciful association to it as to where did you first hear this? It marks the occasion. Songs like that have a fanciful association, and sometimes that fanciful association can be very, very, very toxic. This was my girlfriend's favourite song. Oh, she fucking did me in. Every time I hear it, I can only think of her, and it makes me downright fucking miserable. To the state of, if you want to play this song 10 times in a row, there's a likely I'll fucking kill you and turn it off myself. It's like this music being forced down our throats for so many years, certainly my generation, so that we don't get to pick and choose. It's like you buy your own records and say, look, I like my music, I'm into it now, can I just please have a refuge where I can play what I choose to listen to? Where reality in life for a lot of people, for a lot of decades, was working somewhere and having music pipe through to you. That's music. It's not music, it's music. Once upon a time, they knew, didn't they? The commies, they knew that with synth music, through that theremin, they could just hit this golden harmonic whenever they liked. And it was called ordered music, orderly music. It was technology developed by the Russians. And it's like, found its way into rock and roll and pop music. And then the invention of the synthesizer. The synthesizer is like no other musical instrument. The synthesizer is actually a human voice clone. It's based on the human synth. It's like a robotic human. It's why it can hit certain frequencies where you can think that the synth sounds like a human voice, but it's just actually a trick of the mind, but it works on everybody. So you hear a synth that sounds like it's got a word embedded in it. It doesn't. It's frequency modulation. Just a tweak that makes your brain think you hear something that sounds a bit like a human voice, because that's what that machine was made to replicate. The human voice. So you've got a human voice that can do the because this is the sound, isn't it? The sound is there. See if we can still do it. I don't know if I can get low enough anymore. I used to be able to do this. Resonates. Eventually, if there was enough people here doing it, it'd just become a shower of this frequency, and this frequency makes you feel better, makes you feel like uplifted, makes you feel it'll remove any kind of concerns you've got. It will empty your mind and make you absolutely calm. And you see them all, legs crossed like I am here, upright, using the vocal apparatus as a vibration machine. Well, one person needs to breathe. The only way of getting it to happen continuity is to have a lot of people doing it at once to make it continuous and a pulse, right? So you see them, don't you all, doing the arms. Arm. The name of God, isn't it? Arm. It translates as like the sky, the earth, and what's beneath. As above, so below. And it's got a sound, and I demonstrate the sound. That sound is the voice of God. You can go way up that. It's known about. It's known about. It's occult stuff. It's stuff that's been known and forgotten, but it found its way into music. And then when it's going to music, it's been, what are you talking about? They took ownership of it. It's like, let's not talk about this. They might work out how we're manipulating them. Okay, this makes us magic. This makes us God. This makes people love us. This makes people buy our records and want to know what we do. It means we can earn money by just talking to the press and giving them something to talk about. It gives us that. It makes us powerful. It makes us as gods. It makes us that people we don't know love us. We are not giving it away, stopping doing it, or letting people know that that's what we're up to. We're going to just crack on like we're geniuses. Tell you, go and watch it. I like Sparks. I think they're geniuses, but it's like you listen to them people who give them glowing reviews of their music and say it just stays with you for years. It never leaves you. It's like, what makes these guys so different? Let's scan the waveforms of all the songs. They're all the same. They're all they're known for being diverse and having done all kinds of different music. And the waveform and the frequency spectrums they use have never deviated from the first single of Kimono My House being This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us. Scores 100% for resonance before you start investigating it further, that song. And it's like we isolated the collection of frequencies and the put together the BPM timings from analysing a single song in the first instance and then looking for its hallmarks in other places and understanding something of where this song went and who it directly influenced. And you go and listen to the songs that are direct influences to it and they don't sound anything like it, but you go and check the waveforms and they obey exactly the same production rules as Only One Song in Heaven, Beat the Clock, and Tryouts for the Human Race. It's like Sparks created an album that it basically was suppressed a little bit because it was seen by some people who didn't bother listening to it as blasphemous. In hindsight was because it didn't just talk about being the number one song in heaven, it actually played like the number one song in heaven because that's what the number one song in heaven would sound like based on principles of the divine, sacred geometry. It's perfect. Go away and listen to it. It's like a synth masterpiece. But in achieving what it wants to achieve, it's absolutely perfect. And there's people listen to it and listen to it and listen to it and listen to it, and it's rewritten their minds eventually. What? Yeah. It turned Vince Clarke into Vince Clarke. I don't know if it made him gay, but it turned Vince Clarke into Vince Clarke. It turned Joy Division into Joy Division. It turned New Order into New Order. It turned the Human League into the Human League. It turned Heaven 17 into Heaven 17. We can trace it down a vectoral line as to where uptake of system. You got it where suddenly there's been, in 1981, a revolution as to where everybody does it the same way. They all become production savvy to what Sparks has done. And people say, you know, they're the pioneers of pop music. And it's like, yes, they are. Because they didn't steal the song, they stole what it did as a waveform. We don't see that. Those in the studio did replicate the waveform. How do you replicate the waveform? Beats per minute frequency. And the song can be completely different. You can take, using the same principle, to slow it down so it's not a dancer, so it's one you listen to, it's one that gets your heart going. You can alter the lyrical frequency slightly and use it to make people cry, sell a sad song. All you have to do is just tweak it slightly as to what you want the body to do. Once you've worked out the absolute straight line, it's like, right, okay, this resonates perfectly. And anything we do that shifts its resonance is going to cost us a little bit in trance, so we have to make sure it's worth it. You'll see them songs where they come back 98 out of 100, 98 out of 100, 98 out of 100. And the classics, it's not a measure of quality. It's a measure of there's a transition in the song that breaks the hypnotic vibe and then builds it back up. But there's no getting away from you. They broke the vibe, but they did it on purpose. They ended the state and changed the state and then showed you or told you something different and then went back to it's like to the transition is to like cut the dopamine supply off and then bring it up again, with the mind always rewarding symmetry and repetition. We don't want new music. None of us do. We don't want it. We don't want new music. When people say we need new music, no, we don't. We don't want it. We would rebel against it. Give us a new song we know. And that's because cynically science has invaded it, physics has invaded it and said, no, if it doesn't do all this, we're not going to even bother putting it out. It's up against songs that resonate. Yours doesn't resonate like they do. We're not putting it out. We're not going to take a shot on this song. Go in the studio and the lads are going to fix your song for you. Okay, what have you done? Well, we've increased its speed by like 10 beats per minute. What? Yeah, because now it's in the heart sweet spot. Now it'll make people cry and it'll make them feel sad and they won't know why. But it's because you are, as they say, playing the heartstrings, pulling the heartstrings. And they do it cynically and digitally. There's ways and means of doing it with instrumentation. You can play an oboe and make people feel sad. Just go away and listen to Bright Eyes by Simon & Garfunkel, as to where the oboe makes you feel quite emotional. That sound makes you feel quite emotional. It's like, well, that sound, a derivation of that sound it's in every song in the world, every song you've heard of, and it's usually there synthetically with a key, with a really literally a piece of blue tack sticking down a key on a synthesizer for 10 years at least. So we have to. There is a phenomenon. No one's really put any effort into thinking about it. It's like, how can you get a song you didn't like, that you don't cherish, in your memory for the rest of your life? How? And it's because, well, it's been tattooed to you. Your body treated it as like an out-of-body experience. It disassociated, and it remembered it forever. Because what was it? Oh God, it was like pornography. It was a source of entertainment. It's like, but it worked like pornography. We're into the same science here as hedge porn. That question I ask people to get an idea of just how deep their subconscious is fucking broken. And it'd be a matter of, do you remember hedge porn? Back in the 80s and 90s? What, hedge porn? It's like, yeah. You'd find a men's magazine, like, stuck in a bush. Up in a tree. The wind had picked it up and the pages of it had scattered it all over the road. Do you remember hedge porn? Like, and the tales you hear about, yeah, we found a den out in the woods where the older boys went, and we found a load of nudie mags. And little boys remember those stories. They can tell you every detail of that day because their mind went, oh, gold dust, and stored it away. Same things happen to the music you listen to when you're a kid. We, right, the top of the pops generation, we got massively manipulated by the DJs and the musicians, and they did it for their own ends, to their own good. And then those who understood the true extent of their power severely exploited it. And I'm talking about Jimmy fucking Savillana, Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter liked him about 12 and 13 years old. And what's his most famous song? Well, it's a chant, a mantra, along the lines that go straight to the soul, that goes, do you want to be my gang, my gang, my gang? Do you want to be in my gang? Oh yeah. Do you want to be in my gang, my gang, my gang? Do you want to be in my gang? Oh yeah, I'm the leader, I'm the leader, I'm the leader of the gang I am. I'm the leader, I'm a leader, I'm a leader of the gang I am. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Do you want to be in my gang, by my gang, my gang? Do you want to be in my gang? Oh yeah, you want to be in my gang, my gang, my gang? Do you want to be in my gang? Oh yeah, I'm the leader, I'm a leader, I'm a leader of the gang I am. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Gary Glitter's big hit. How did it go again?